medical experiment. Go to SCMPs. Far too many children have already died. Far too many children have already died. Go and arrest him, you pussies.
Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? So, like, what issue, like, kind of infuriates you the most?
Depopulation. It's the clear and obvious documented depopulation agenda, and the British government have got documents that go along with what Boris Johnson's dad said, that the UK population will be 15 million by 2025. Furthermore, these are not vaccines, these are bioweapons, and we've already killed too many people, and I'm absolutely disgusted that it's been allowed to get this far, and they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the children.
Are you talking about the UN, the British government?
The UN are certainly a big part of it. There's a great series on BitChute called The Sequel to the Fall of the Cabal. Episode 7 goes full into UN and how it's money laundering, child trafficking. It's just complete and utter fraud. You know what I mean? You got people like the Clinton Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Warren Buffett Foundation. It's money laundering. It's a scam.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How many more children have to die? How many more children have to die before you close that phone and do your job and arrest them?
Neatly, I want it properly, section 5.
That have been denied education, denied mixing with friends, mental health problems. That is my main concern. But also I've lost friends to suicide, they've lost their jobs. Nobody in government has lost their job or lost any money throughout all this. They've got very wealthy while we've been caged.
People are losing their jobs, their livelihoods and their lives.
Everything. I am a parent, I am a grandparent. It's all about the children. They're going to vaccinate younger and younger children. But it's unnecessary. To say that they are going to vaccinate them just so schools can stay open is not a medical reason.
There's thousands of us! Thousands of us!
Okay, so right now we're near Parliament. There's a lot kicking off. It started off quite quiet, but now more and more people are coming. As you can see, people have brought flares. There's projectiles being thrown at the police officers. There's I've seen like a few beer bottles being thrown at them. A lot of people are very angry at the moment. A big issue that people seem to be here for is vaccine mandates. That seems to be the prevailing issues. Obviously, we've just come out of COVID, and people are very angry right now. Okay, so right now, the people are pushing for police that way, but there's concerns among the protesters who are organised this event that the protesters could be possibly drawn in to a trap by the police.
Everyone stay together! They know what they're doing, they're trying to split us up! Don't fucking fall for it!
People having a little rave.
Of course, not everyone has, turned up to make it, a solemn, poignant, a meaningful protest. Some people have just come for a little party, little motive here. I'm sure there's a few drinks flowing. I can smell a bit of bud, so why not have a good time and overthrow the government? I mean, this is the 21st century nowadays. Every revolution now has merch. So what brings you out here today?
Sell t-shirts.
What do you hope to achieve from this march?
Well, I think that from the march, or for me personally, just to sell bloody t-shirts, like from the march. Well, I would have hoped it would stop the government going into lockdown in December. But if the numbers are not dropping, then it's not going to happen.
All this for this new world order. Have a look at what's going on. Take your head out of Netflix. Stop piling your toilet paper and have a look what's going on in Australia, in Canada. Have a look what's going on. Have a look what's going on in these countries. They're shooting peaceful protesters as they run away with rubber pellets that big in Australia. Do you guys want to start shooting people in the street? This is what's coming. Our servicemen and women have died for our liberty, our rights and our fucking freedoms. And these guys are just people like we are. We're all together. We're all together. We're fucking human beings. But them bastards in there are wanting to be classed as human beings. Depopulation. Control. Depopulation. Right? Look at what they're pushing now. Climate change. Right? Why? I don't know. I'm not a psychopath, mate, so I can't understand why they're doing it. But have a look into the Illuminati. Have a look into the Freemasons. Have a look into the fucking Freemasons. Not the lower levels, the 33-degree Masons. And if any of you guys here are 33-degree level, then what can I say? Right? Have a look at it. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fucking fact. It's blatantly obvious. It's blatantly obvious.
You were talking about climate change. What do you mean by that?
The what?
You were talking about climate change. What do you mean by that?
Climate change. Look at the pushing, all of a sudden, they're pushing climate change. Pushing climate change. Now, it's all about the Paris Climate Accord. It's going to stop you from travelling. It's going to say, well, you need to pay more for this, this and this. You can't travel, you can't do this, you can't do that. But it's for the greater good, same as COVID, right? Have a look at HAARP, research HAARP, HAARP, HAARP. It's weather manipulation, right? Created by these people, you know? Chemtrails, all this stuff.
What about the Masons? What do you think they're trying to do?
Listen, lower level Freemasonry, not a problem, right? They join the club, they do what they got to do. But once you get to those higher levels, just have a look into it, right? They've took decades to infiltrate every fucking aspect of our lives. Police, education, health, everything, right? And this is what we're facing now, the judicial system.
What brings you here? I see you having like a good time.
Because the government sucks.
Yeah.
And the best way to fight it is having a good time.
War crime! How can that be justified? It can't! And Tony Blair lives in a mansion and he caused the war crimes! Please come to Piccadilly Circus tomorrow at 4 o'clock and tell this government to shove its fucking whatever off its arse! Workers!
You're holding a Free Julian Assange sign up now. Why do you think the governments are trying to, or have imprisoned Assange?
Because they're trying to shut down the free press, and therefore your right to know the truth about what's going on in there and what's going on all around the world within governments and corporations.
And why do you think they're doing that?
Well, because they don't want their crimes to be exposed, and they have a lot of crimes on their hands.
Are you talking about the war crimes that Chelsea Manning released?
Yes, that's one of them. You've got the Afghan war diaries, you've got Iraq war logs, you've got Guantanamo Bay, you have environmental damage that was trying to be covered up, or for example New Zealand trying to go around environmental laws to help other countries to exploit their environment. You had NSA's mass surveillance, which was warrantless mass surveillance, and you had CIA's Vault 7, which was hacking tools, which allows the CIA to hack into your phone, to your smart TV, to your router, you name it. So even to this day, people are still going around and saying, oh, but he's a rapist, isn't he? And it's been an effective propaganda campaign, which we must fight. Without the free press, democracy does not work. They've already gotten rid of a lot of the other pillars of democracy, you know, free speech, your right to assemble. You had the laws recently, you know, the right to assemble. They're trying to criminalize protesting, for example. Free speech, censorship. All of these things are under grave threat. And people need to wise up. They need to become critical thinkers and not just go, you know, I understand after work that everyone's tired, they're going home, turn on the TV, Live Vision, and watch CBBC News or Sly News and get told, you know, spoon-fed propaganda, which is coming from there. It's all sponsored by them in a sense.
Do you think there's any hope, not just for Assange, but just for the Western world?
Historically speaking, it's usually when it gets to people's hunger, when people can't afford food to put on their table.
Okay, we're still recording. We're still recording. My ears are kind of ringing right now. But, yeah, it never goes on. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry about that interruption.
It's okay.
Historically speaking, it's when people get hungry and they can't food on the table, that's when people start to revolt. I certainly hope that it doesn't get to that stage and people wise up beforehand, before things start getting really ugly. You know, that people need to really, like, you've had 18 months. Come on, like, what is it going to take for you to wake up?
Do you think it's a central power that's trying to coerce the people, or do you think it's like a group or like a network that's trying to coerce?
Well, again, historically speaking, it's an oligarchy. It's a sort of small group of people that try to control things. You know, you never actually have absolute monarchy, for example. It's always a few people. You've got the advisors, etc. But you have corporations and governments getting together to go against the people. They're not working for the people, they work for the corporations, and the corporations are there to exploit and take away everyone's rights.
Go on.
I don't know any more than that. It's an intuition, you know.
Yeah. So why did you come here today?
I live here. I live on planet Earth, yeah. This is my home.
Did a particular issue bring you here?
No, just that I live on planet Earth. And I want to carry on living on planet Earth. You know?
What's that? We've been burned. If you insist, I don't know how a fucking guy from the middle of U.S. gets burned at a fucking protest.
That's an amazing accent. That's an amazing. I love America. It's an amazing American accent.
What brought you here today?
What's that?
What brought you here today?
Just like coming out, checking it out. I don't know. I enjoy it. It's good. We see everybody out here fucking talking about freedom, fighting for their cause, you know? It's cool. Came out earlier in the afternoon, but there was only a small group of people hanging out in the square. Went, got some food, rolled back out.
Is there a particular issue that brought you here today?
No.
Get back to Babylon, you cunt! Come on,
Back
to Babylon!
People, Jack's house being thrown. There's a lot of smoke right now. The smell is very thick. More projectiles being thrown. Police in heavier gear are coming.
Am I trying to punch you? No! What the fuck are you doing?
Police are now starting to push me now.
What the fuck are you doing?
They're wearing like heavier gear. Police are getting increasingly more aggressive.
Get back! Put your weapons away, man! What the fuck are you doing?
People. A woman here appears to be bleeding.
Show your fucking off!
More and more aggression from both sides being directed towards each other.
Babylon's burning! Nothing's gonna happen about it.
Police are pushing me now. There's a huge increase in the number of the police presence here. It's a huge increase. People are pushing. I'm holding a fucking microphone. Police are now pushing more and more people.
John, come here. They're gonna hold the line.
Who's street? Can I come forward? Hold it.
Yo, one of them just grabbed me by my neck. One of them just grabbed me by my fucking neck. One of the police officers.
Hold the line.
I'm holding a fucking microphone. I'm clearly in the press. Seems to be a lot of anger, not only among the protesters towards the policemen, but also to other protesters who they say probably aren't doing enough to help them.
Fucking pussies filming instead of helping us.
Come on, mate, you gotta help us, man.
Get their fucking cameras out instead of helping, you fucking pussy cunt!
Come on!
We're not part
We've got to link arms, yeah?
Fuck off, you ain't part of us! Pussy! Drunken
They seem to have some.
Fuck you, you little bitch, you ain't fucking helping! Fuck, I'll be done with fucking party, stupid cunt! Fuck you!
They're trying to stop us filming for.
How many arrests have you made? How many arrests have you made?
I don't know, mate. It's me boys,
We've blocked off this area. There's still some projectiles being thrown at them at the moment.
Fucking circled in. We are circled in.
They seem to be kind of like surrounded now. I see like more police and like protesters at them. Yeah, so we're not fully encircled yet, but they seem to have like created a circle like round here, and what they're gonna do is yet to come. But there seems to be some fireworks going off in that direction. The situation might escalate in that part of the square, but for here it's definitely quietened down. There seems to be some commotion in front of us. Let's go.
I don't think it's actually achieved anything. It's holding that whole state down the ground, you can see. Get people back in section bar, reset, see what the crowd do, and then take appropriate action from there.
Look, just get the footage. Get the footage, of course. Man like Lloyd, you're just about.
Man like Lloyd with crocodile skins. Man like Lloyd.
Lloyd Diggity Banks. Lloyd Diggity Banks. Out here at the police march right now. We're the Million Mask March. Yeah, we are. Indeed.
Oh, come. Let's go. Sir, why are you here today?
5th of November, remember.
Remember. 5th of November.
Around 400 years ago.
400 years ago was Guy Fawkes, or who was that?
Correct, it was a group and Guy Fawkes was one of them.
Okay, and what did they try to do?
They tried to blow up this building.
And what do you have to say about Guy Fawkes?
Nothing really.
No comments. No comment is the best word.
I haven't got much to say, no.
Excuse me.
Why is the people streets? Who streets?
Our streets!
Who streets?
Our streets!
Who streets?
What have you got to say about today?
Only that we're here lawfully standing where we want to stand on the sovereignty of the land.
To protect our own
To protect our unalienable rights, our bodily autonomy, our rights to protest, our rights to go about one's daily business, our rights to defend our constitutional laws.
And that is your right.
And that is our right.
My God-given right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're not leaving.
We are the people.
We are the power. We are the 99%.
Who streets?
Our streets.
Who streets?
Our streets.
Who streets?
Our streets.
Where's the people streets?
I'm not being complicit, I'm not being silent, no, I'm a living, breathing being and I have rights, and so do all the people here. These statues and acts of violence and sexual.
It's his tune, mate.
Do not consent. Fuck the vaccine, we ain't taking it, no, it's not mandatory. You better watch how you go, you'll have to come and catch me. Fuck the NWO, and fuck a vaccine. We ain't taking it, no, it's not a vaccine anyway. It's an experimental jab and it doesn't finish till 2023. It's never been tested on humans and it's not FDA approved. What does that mean? You are the guinea pigs. Wake up! Check out Realness 112. Back.
Section 35 dispersed all the guys. So you need to get out of the area. Yeah. Otherwise you're going to be arrested.
You're going to arrest us?
Yeah, if you don't leave the area. So that area includes Parliament, Whitehall, any government area, currently around here.
Under Section 35.
Yeah.
We've got to appeal to you now, but if you remain here, unfortunately, there is a power of arrest.
Even if we're journalists?
Yes, absolutely. It applies to everyone.
Okay, so the police have now just issued a dispersal order threatening to arrest people, even us, if we don't leave. So a lot of people are leaving now, lots of people are staying, but right now we're just going to keep a distance to try and keep ourselves safe, but we also want to show what's going on here.
Imagine being in the Houses of Parliament right now.
You probably wouldn't even be able to hear it.
True, actually. Probably got such insulation against it.
Yeah,